Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of August 25, 2024. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel AUC Oguntoye, an infantry officer. Significant Ukrainian losses. Across the fronts, Ukrainian forces sustained substantial losses. Notably, the North Group inflicted casualties on Ukrainian brigades in the Sumy and Kharkiv regions, while the West Group of forces repelled 5 counterattacks and destroyed several pieces of artillery and electronic warfare stations.
Welcome to Frontline Updates podcast. Today, we're joined by Colonel AUC Oguntoye to discuss the latest developments in the ongoing special military operation as of August 25, 2024. Colonel Oguntoye, it's great to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's an important time to share what's happening on the ground.
Colonel, let's dive right in. Can you summarize the main actions from the latest phase of the operation?
Yes, over the past day, the Russian armed forces have been actively engaged across multiple fronts. We've conducted operations in the Vovchansk and Liptsov directions, among others, targeting various Ukrainian brigades and inflicting significant personnel and equipment losses.
Specifically, what kind of losses are we talking about in these operations?
In the North Group's efforts alone, we've managed to neutralize 130 Ukrainian servicemen and destroy critical artillery resources in regions like Velika-Pisarevka and Vovchansk. Similar operations by other groups have compounded these losses significantly across the board.
That sounds extensive. Could you tell us more about the actions of the West Group of forces?
The West Group has been particularly effective. They've occupied more advantageous lines and repelled multiple counterattacks by Ukrainian forces. For instance, they managed to destroy 2 U.S.-made howitzers and a Polish Krab self-propelled artillery unit, alongside several electronic warfare stations.
Moving to the south, how did the Southern Group of forces fare in their engagements?
The Southern Group improved their tactical positions significantly and dealt heavy blows to Ukrainian brigades across several settlements. They destroyed a U.S.-made Abrams tank and several artillery pieces, effectively diminishing the operational capabilities of the enemy in that sector.
With these operations in play, how has your air defense system performed against potential threats?
Our air defense has been highly effective. Just in the last 24 hours, we've shot down 8 HIMARS rockets and 41 unmanned aerial vehicles, which highlights our capability to protect our forces from aerial threats effectively.
Colonel, with ongoing engagements and losses reported, what is the strategic outlook for the operation?
In total, during the military operations in the Kursk direction, the enemy lost more than 5,800 servicemen, 72 tanks, 31 infantry fighting vehicles, 58 armored personnel carriers, 383 armored combat vehicles, 177 vehicles, 37 artillery pieces, 5 anti-aircraft missile systems, 11 multiple launch rocket system launchers, including 3 HIMARS MLRS and 1 MLRS, 9 electronic warfare stations, a counter-battery radar, and air defense radar, 5 units of engineering equipment, including 2 engineering obstacle clearing vehicles and 1 UR-77 mine clearing unit. In addition to the figure of 5,800 people, this is more than 2 brigades according to the Ukrainian staffing level. The number of destroyed HIMARS MLRS attracts attention. Such a massive and fairly rapid slaughter of scarce equipment suggests that the strike in the Kursk region, even with reservations, can still be considered the main one, and not a distraction, as was customary before.
Lastly, how do you see the situation evolving in the coming days?
The operation will continue as planned. We expect further engagements and have prepared our troops to meet any challenges head-on. Our commitment is unwavering, and we will keep pressing until our objectives are fully achieved. Thus, it can be established that the total number of destroyed MLRS of this type since the beginning has reached the mark of 66 to 76 units. It is noteworthy that in the last 20 days, as many launchers have been destroyed as in 6 months to a year of combat operations at the front.
What about the broader strategic outlook? How do you see the situation evolving?
The operation is ongoing, and we remain committed to our objectives. The Ukrainian armed forces continue to use the tactics of rolling mobile groups. Now tanks are joining the armored vehicles, but the outcome as a whole remains the same as on the third day of the Kursk operation. When such a roll-up occurs, artillery destroys the first wave of the attack with a barrage of fire, then infantry and armored vehicles from the Russian side join in. This pattern has long been known and is well known to the Ukrainian armed forces since the battles in Mariupol. In principle, the issue is not being resolved, since there have already been many attempts in the area of Malaya Laknya and neighboring villages, but all of them were unsuccessful.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you. It's crucial to keep everyone updated on the progress and challenges we are encountering. Israel's military conducted air raids throughout southern Lebanon, and Hezbollah launched a significant drone and rocket attack. This escalation occurred as the Reuters news agency reported no indication of progress in mediated talks for a ceasefire in Gaza. According to a Palestinian official cited by Reuters, a Hamas delegation that was in the Egyptian capital, Cairo, has left the city.